Good
All right.
morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee Review. Today's looking a little bit different. Michael and I are here together in our ATG Little Rock headquarters. We're going to be here all week for technical leadership, and we figured let's do something a little special. MCR Live from Little Rock. How's it going today?
Good. Excited to see you in person again, as always, Jason. This is gonna be weird because what we need is like floating cameras. When I look
Right?
at you to talk to you, it's like, hey, here's Michael. But we'll make it work. Excited to be back here in Little Rock. We have a leadership conference for our technical side. So we're gonna be in meetings all day discussing some cool things moving forward, and excited about that. We got to hang out last night, do some trivia. We're gonna hang out again for the next 2 nights.
Yep.
So we're excited about that, but that's why we're going to kind of confine this and shorten this because we have some meetings we have to attend right off the start here. So unfortunately, we're not going to be the whole time, and we kind of came up with an idea of trying to do uh, learn Bluebeam in under 15 minutes. Like, what is it all about? What can you do? What are some of the hot topic items that you want to know while you're going and learning how to use Bluebeam? So that's what we're going to talk about today. It's exciting because we haven't been together in person since AU.
Yeah, it's been a
And
while.
probably the next one will be Tech Summit.
Hmm.
And then after that, because we have a technical summit for all of our technical folks. And then after that will probably be AU and Unbound.
It's going to be a
It'll
busy summer, that's for sure.
be busy.
And this is also my last episode for a while. I'm taking off the whole month of May on my sabbatical. Michael will be holding down the fort with special guests, and I'm going to go have some fun away from computers. So, without further ado, let's fire up review. Hey, you didn't think I had the time to make a rhyme? And we're going to assume that you've never opened up Bluebeam before. And how can we get you going in 15 minutes or less? All right. So, okay.
All right, so we're going to fire up review kind of 15 minutes or less. I think we'll skip probably profiles. Just, well, I guess you would just show out of the box. So what you would want to know when you're first starting in a review, and we'll start the timer as of, right.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do
Get the
it.
timer going? Okay.
I have a 15-minute, well, hold on. There we go, 15 minutes. I'm on. Okay.
Go.
So profiles, basically what you have over here is the top left menu bar. So you have menus at the top. We'll start with the review profile, which you'll get once you install review. But basically you have these things called profiles in your top menu bar here. Profiles, typically out of the box, you're going to get review. There's some things that I've created before, but you have review advanced, quantity takeoffs, field issues. But again, review advanced is typically what I start out with. Coming from a CAD design environment, I like to have my quick access, excuse me, at the top here to commands that I like to use, and then you have panels on the left. So panels are just referred to as icons, panels. They have flyouts with them, allow you to access things like file access, thumbnails, you have studio, all these different things in here. So these are just icons. I prefer the review advanced profile coming from that computer aided design environment. So again, you can feel free to switch it so that you're following along with me. Now here you have your quick access to your commands. Essentially, it's called your toolbar. And within your toolbar, you can move these around as well. So there are lines that are dotted, dotted lines, backwards, dyslexia. But yeah, anyways, you can move these around, left click, hold, and drag. These can stay within the user interface only. So if you want to drag it to the bottom, to the left, to the right, completely up to you. Create your profile the way you want to have access to frequently accessed tools. You can also add some additional ones by right-clicking. So this is modifying that review advanced one. So just remember, whatever you're doing, it's saving it to that review advanced profile. You'd probably want to create your own profile, but we're not going to do that in under 15 minutes. So with that, that's your toolbar. Left is your panel access. So these are, again, are panels. You can right-click on any of your panel locations. So this is a panel location, this whole bar here. Same thing on the right over here. But you can right-click and you can say show, and you can see all the different panels. With the Review Advanced profile, it has all of the panels showing. So all of them are right here for you to selectable as well. And then, again, deselect. The thing with panels, though, that I like and would prefer, I don't have a second screen when we're all set up here, but basically what you're able to do is you can select one of these panels. So let's say my tool chest. So when I'm going through and actually marking something up, I wouldn't have my tool chest open like this. I would actually have it on a second screen. So you can left click, hold, and drag this panel out. So basically, oh, I dragged it back. But basically what you can do is you can have this outside on the second screen so you can grab your tools if you wanted to, or again, your hotkeys. But for this instance, I would drag this out to a second screen, have access to it, grab commands that I'm going to be utilizing for whatever you're doing, like marking up. So that ability to have panels essentially on the second screen is definitely beneficial. If you want to reattach it, you can left click, hold, and drag again, or you can just right click and say attach left, bottom, or detach. We're going to do left. To organize it back in its manner, you can left click, hold, drag it up or down to wherever you want to place it. So it just depends on how you want it to look and where you want it to be for your convenience. All right, what else? What do you think?
So from there, you should probably open up the PDF so the buttons turn colors, because right now they're all grayed out because there's no PDF open.
Yeah, the commands only work with a PDF that's open. And if you don't see any and you have a PDF open, just check that you have a license. That's a good frequent one of getting uploaded into Bluebeam. So from here, and then what you're also able to go through and do is markups would be another one. So quick access to your markups. I would probably do hotkeys. That's a pretty hot topic item as well. So if I go down to here, you can, on your help button, you have keyboard shortcuts. So over here, you can just download this as a PDF maybe, or it's always here. They never need to download it. Or you can go to review, and then you have your keyboard shortcuts over here. And this will allow you to reassign them as well. How slow?
There's definitely a lag, but that's okay. Justin will fix it.
Is there a lag for us speaking to you at the same time, you think? Or is it just you seeing it?
No, the audio and the video are definitely out of sync.
Do you think it's typically like this? No?
We're using my camera and his microphone, so that's why it's off a little bit.
Are they noticing it, or they're all?
But even still, I'm seeing your screen. This is weird because we haven't done
hit cancel
side by side in a while. Yeah, there's a big lag between what you're doing and.
Do you all think it's good? What do they say?
It's quite good. Okay. We'll keep rolling, Doug. Thanks.
We'll keep rolling. Okay. So then the other thing is that you have, for once you got the keyboard shortcuts, would be markups. You can customize your markups. So if I go through and just make a revision cloud, which is my typical workflow of like showing how Bluebeam works. Most folks will customize it the way they want it to look. So they'll go through and, change the color a little bit. So today, no, I was gonna say we're all wearing black, but you're wearing like a.
I messed it up.
You're wearing like a tan. There we go. Okay. So they can customize their markup. Some people do this. They right click and set this as default as their customized. Now, when you're setting it as default, that means whenever you use the revision cloud command, it defaults to this specific revision cloud. Now, you don't want to do that because that's going to be your forever one, and you're essentially just customizing one markup for one instance, which kind of boxes you in. You wouldn't want to do that. So what you'll do is you'll delete this, and what you want to do is whenever you customize a markup, and we'll do the same. I guess I didn't need to delete it, but you have your tool set over here, which is your tool chests. You have your tool set of recent tools, and there is a properties mode versus non-properties mode. So you have drawing versus properties. So drawing mode is an exact copy of what you've already placed. Double click again, it's properties. You can left click, hold, and drag these up into whatever tool sets you want to create. And then now you have a hotkey essentially to make the same command with the same color. Just options, right? You don't want to be stuck in a box only having one custom color. You want to be able to reuse different things as you're going through, kind of like an arrow or any custom markups that you go through. So we'll delete that. So customizing your markups is a huge thing for review. One of the benefits is having these tool sets, allowing you to reuse them later on. This comes into play, especially when you're doing other things like icons or going through and doing cost estimating. Everything you customize can be reused later on. You do it once, and you don't have to do it again.
Right. Everything that you do in review is getting tracked in the recent tools. Now, keep in mind, when you close review, it will empty out. So if you made something that you really like, be sure to drag it into a different tool chest where you can call it later on.
Yeah, I forgot about that because
That's okay.
Yeah, good call.
We got halfway, 7 minutes.
Got 7 minutes. Okay. So next thing would be your markups list. Every time you make a markup, which I'm going to go through and show this cool tip here, since I don't have many markups, is the markups list icon is 3 dots, 3 lines. And it's down in your bottom toolbar. But basically what you're able to do is you can select this open, and under the markups list drop down here, you can select it, go to markups, and you can actually import your markups from one PDF to the next. So what we'll go through and do is we'll go through and say documents here, Bluebeam. Let's see right here. And then we'll go to comments.
Oh boy, time is
It's a morning. It's a morning. It's an early morning, and I'll do all open. Okay. So now what we have is all of our markups imported. So basically, again, all of our markups here have been imported onto this PDF, and now we can see all of our information down here. So if I sort, which you can do by your markups list, you have your columns. These columns can sort and organize your data. So from here, you have subject, and all the way down to the bottom, you have all of your information. But essentially what you're able to do is sort by subject or maybe by comments. We did cost just last week. So probably here in this instance, since we have different types of folks, you probably sort by those individuals that are trying to pertain to whose markups are we looking for. But you have, again, your subject matter or your comment. These columns can be moved around. Maybe you didn't want subject at the front part here. You can drag, you'll see a little arrow. It's super small for me looking at it here, but you can drag it around. I'll click drag over here. What else should we talk about on the markups list? That's it, because we have 5 minutes.
There you go.
To studio, you think?
That's good enough for that. Let's go through adding some text, maybe a text box or a typewriter tool. That's usually what people want to do when they first open up a PDF.
You use the typewriter tool?
I like the typewriter.
You like it, dude? I don't like it.
It's great for single sentence or single word.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even know what this markup is. Okay, here it is. That's how much I never use this. Okay, where are we putting this thing?
And this is really laggy on my side, so.
Yeah, just look at my screen. Don't look at your.
There we go. Usually if you're going to put in one word, go down to the title block. And there's probably some text in there.
Yep.
Or drawn by, or made by, or.
Jason.
There we go. And then you just take that word and put it somewhere.
Oh, so this is way better than just using the text command, because it's actually like a paragraph written text. I can see how you use it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it that much.
Interesting.
I wonder if you could. No, I was like, can I format paint this to get this? No. That would be cool to like format paint this to whatever text you interpreted at format paint that. Cool. Okay, what else?
So you added the typewriter text. Now let's show the difference between a text box.
Oh, okay. So text box here, Jason.
So you have a little bit more formatting options with a text box, but they both have their use.
Yeah, I like it. I would definitely use this more. I've always just used this because mine is thinking of like, hey, doing a leader or something. I don't think you have very many options here. Auto size text box, multiply. That's it. Yeah, status. That's it. Okay. There's that. There's also measurements, which is a huge part. So if you want to scale down here in the bottom right, set to not scale. You also have your panel, which is calibrate. So you can go through and calibrate this thing if you wanted to set a scale. So we're going to go through and I'm going to hit escape. Come on, don't want to go to there. We'll go and set the scale here. 16th of an inch equals a foot. Do you have this PDF memorized for the scale?
No.
No? Okay. I use this so much that I memorize the scale to this page. And you're like, cool, Michael. I'm like,
I've got my own that I use.
Yeah, you're using a completely different one. But yeah, so basically you come down to here, measure. Once you set your scale, measurements are a huge part of review as well. We have about 3 minutes left, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. So what we're going to do is talk about Studio. So we talked again about the ability to go through and make measurements. You have your profile, you have your tool sets. We talked about the markups list. We talked about different markups. What are you looking at?
It says your screen share is locked.
So your computer's just slow.
I don't know.
Is everyone?
Yeah.
Is everyone saying good?
No, they said that your screen share is locked. It's caught up now. Try again. Yeah, there's a bit of lag.
Is it because I'm on Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi?
So am I. I don't know. It is low bars. We'll figure it out.
How's it now? Good.
Good as it's gonna
Can you
get.
see the text? I can't even see the text people writing from here.
Yeah.
That's how blind I am.
You gotta fix that, bro.
I mean, I'd have to like lean in. Okay, are we good? We better?
Yeah, just keep on going. There's a little bit of lag, but that's okay.
All right, so Studio, you have projects, which is storing different file types. So you have the ability to go through and store anything an FTP site would essentially store. And then you have Studio, and you have in Studio, you have you have projects in Studio, or you have sessions in Studio. And that's live collaboration on 2D or 3D PDFs. So you can work simultaneously. Wow, I just wanted to open up like every single PDF for this one, my last instance. But yeah, basically, oh, see now it's almost, yeah, it's almost back to full normal. Maybe I should have just reshared it at the beginning. But yeah, so again, you have sessions here, which is live collaboration on 2D or 3D PDFs. This would be utilized for the field. We've been getting a lot of questions about the iPad app, which to me, I thought not a lot of people used it. But we're seeing a lot of disturbance in the community. I mean, freaking out that there's not going to be a replacement. There is. So anyways, we'll close this out. And that's what I did last week. I showed you all that while Jason was out too. So what else? So we talked about Studio. We talked about measurements. We talked about tool sets. We talked about profiles.
We did text.
We did the text thing that you like to use.
You only have one page in this PDF, but with our 2 seconds remaining, we're not going to get too much further. But we could have added, if there was multiple sheets, we could have done the thumbnails, move them around a little bit, show people how to rotate pages.
Okay.
Because that comes in handy. We are over our 15 minutes, but you know,
that's technical difficulties.
Show we can do what we want.
Yeah, I still got like 2 minutes.
There you go.
Let's add 2 minutes back to the clock. So we'll go through and rotate this the other way. So you were saying rotate pages, but basically what you can do is if you go to the thumbnails, you can actually go and rotate all of the pages. So you can hit rotate pages. So you can click this drop down here or right click in the thumbnails panel and do rotate pages. And you can say selected, all pages, or custom range. What we're going to do is landscape pages. Well, actually portrait, because these are landscape. I want you to grab all the portrait pages and rotate clockwise 90 degrees. And there you go. So you don't have to go and select which ones. If you have a 100-page document set, super seamless and easy. You were saying adding thumbnails. So you do have the ability to add thumbnails. Right here is this create page labels, which will then create thumbnails from page labels. So I'm going to actually grab a region of data. So we're going to go through and grab this. Oh, no, never mind. We don't want this one first. Yeah, it's upset because there was no data there to grab. Cancel it. Come on. Come on, we're on a time crunch. So what I'll do is I'll go back and we'll select a region of data. I want the number first because somebody told me that Procore operates with this. So if you're adding in your PDFs into there, and then underscore additional data, boom, hit OK. And then now I have these pre-named, and then we're going to go to the thumbnails panel, bookmark panel. And what you're able to do is create, come on.
Dope.
It's this button here.
Too fast.
I know. Create bookmarks from page labels, and now you have your bookmarks. So you have bookmarks from here from your page labels. And if your pages were labeled going from your export of your solution because the add-in, You wouldn't have to create page labels. It would have printed as the page label name. Then you could have just done it when you got in here. But cool. What do you think?
That was pretty slick.
You think that's
Covered
everything?
a lot of different things. Is there anybody out there in Chatland who would add on a tip? If you were going to show somebody review in 15 minutes, what did we miss?
Because we have 10 minutes overall total left. You have anything you want to add?
I do not. So let's talk about next month. What sort of
How
things we got
sad
to
are
do?
you? I'm sad.
I got
You're
you.
happy. I'm sad.
Little FOMO, I'm sure. Yes, you did set the scale. So set scale.
I did it quickly. But yeah, next month I'm super sad that Jason's going to be out. This is the first time Jason has missed like a whole month.
Ever in my whole working career.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun. Slip sheeting. Do we have time for that?
Yeah, I can do it quickly. So for slip sheeting here, let me go through, delete this. Let me bring this up. We'll go to documents. We'll go to, let me get in a little closer. Yeah, I'm blind, folks. I'm sorry. I'll never get good eyesight. I think I've talked about my keratoconus on here before, but let's not squirrel. We're trying not to squirrel today because we don't have enough time.
Oh, we've already failed on that.
Let's go to slip sheet here. So I have my original document set here. Basically, it's going to overwrite this original one. Here's the revs. These are what I'm going to slip into this sheet set. But basically, I don't want to overwrite my data sets, so I copied into a subfolder here. And basically what I'm able to do is I'm going to open this original one and this new rev one here. So we're going to go to documents. We're going to go to batch. So batch slip sheeting is a what tier, Jason, only?
That's going to be a complete tier only.
Correct. So we'll go to slip sheeting here. We'll go to slip sheets. We'll add this one. So this is the original one. It's going to overwrite this one. I guess you could do it the opposite way because your current file, it says current files here, but you could do it the opposite way. But basically it's going to overwrite this PDF set here. We'll add these additional files, which is the new rev file. Then we're going to go through and say match pages. You can match these in a different method that you want. It's up to you, and you can do advanced. I've never messed with this, have you? Yeah, me neither. You can figure this out because we've never done that. Okay, match pages. So these are the match pages rev set. So you can see it says rev, original. And match these pages. Unmatched because the old set didn't have a new set to slip in. So this is just one of the original ones here. It's so weird watching people just walk around. Not used to it. We're in an office and there's glass on the screen behind you guys and people are walking around. So
we're not used to being office people.
No.
We work from home.
Yes. Well, half now for me, but yeah. Jason.
Fair. Sorry.
Fair. Okay, so now what I'm able to do, but I'm in like a corner, so there's no one walking around in front of me. Okay, so anyways, we'll go forward, hit OK. No, we're not. Too late. Because
you broke it.
I did. The reason what I wanted to do, hold on, because I didn't. Let me read it.
Settle down.
I know.
You're so excited. Today. You're so excited.
I'm just so happy that we're in person and get to do some cool planning stuff. Okay, we'll go back, slip sheet, files, this one, match. Okay, so before I just hit OK, I already walked through this part. You have your insert revised pages before current pages. These are your options. What's it going to do with your revised pages into your old set? It's going to insert revised pages before the current pages themselves. Well, I don't want that. I want to maybe replace them. So you just decide. You could insert them or replace them completely. If you replace them, it reduces your options because essentially all it's going to say is, do you want to copy over the markups from this set to these new ones that are being replaced with? Or you could insert revised pages with like an append essentially stamped is what it's going to do. Now you don't have to with that. That's your option here. The superseded stamp, it's completely up to you. I'm doing that just in this instance so that you can see the differences for them. And then you have copy markups, you have unflattened markups. So if the markups on here were flattened before, it'll unflatten them and move them over here. I would probably do that because you don't want to have two of the same markups in the markups list if you're printing them out. So
Correct.
just options. We'll hit OK. This tells you where it's going to store them. I always open this up after because it doesn't just open that new PDF. It just saves over it in its original location. So that's why I created new ones in its own subfolder so I don't ruin my data set. But just so you're aware, that current set means that this will be overwritten wherever it's stored. So if you want to have a backup somewhere, make sure you do that. Click it, boom. So you have page number 1. This is the new one. And then the inserted old one was superseded. And if you're like, that's cool, Michael, well, let me split screen it to show you. So here's the new one. I'm just going to minus this one. And then the old one was superseded, right? So same thing if we go to the next page. 1, 2. Old one on the right. Well, actually, is it backwards?
No, you got it.
The right side. I'm looking at the camera because I think it were flipped. But the superseded side is the old one. Left side for me, looking at the screen, is the new set. So yeah, that's slip shooting.
There you go. Well, we covered a lot today. I know today's time was a little off, but this was a fun experiment. We got to go do some meetings and do some of our stuff that we're here in Little Rock to do. But thanks for joining us today. I will see you all in June. I'll miss you. And
everyone make sure to message him on LinkedIn because he'll still have access to LinkedIn when he's abroad.
Deleting it.
Well, you should probably do like an MCR update of where you're at.
Maybe. We'll see.
Because our sabbatical, you're completely shut out. He will not be able to log in his computer or work, but he still has LinkedIn on his phone, right?
I won't. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, hopefully he checks in with us. We'll have special guests every single day, every single Tuesday. But remember, there's one Tuesday that I'll be out because I'm getting my eyes checked.
We'll figure it out.
But we'll let you all know. Until next time, you want to finish it up?
Thanks for joining us. See you soon.
See you all next time.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of the other content on our channel.